We're in the game of life, everyone. It's not the prison of life. But if we go to the mind, we feel like we're stuck in the prison. When we're born as babies, there's nothing in the mind. There's nothing in the conscious mind, nothing in the subconscious mind. What we do again and again and again and again and again, that's what drops into the subconscious mind. So whatever we're going to do becomes a part of who we are. We just got to make sure we keep doing the right stuff. Now, children, they're just a lot freer in their minds. Why? Because they haven't got all the programming that comes from our education system. So what happens is the academic mind isn't spinning at 1,000,000 miles an hour or waves that are going up and down like this super fast. Study kids. Look at kids. See what they're doing different to us. See how innocent they are. See how playful they are. See how curious they are. See what grabs their attention. Because in life, if we can design our lives where we only put our time and energy and effort into things that we have an interest in, guess what starts to happen? We start to engage our neuroplasticity. So within the mind, all of us have got this thing called neuroplasticity. What it basically means is that if you've got an interest in anything, doesn't matter what it is, if you've got an interest in it, what do? You start creating brand new neurological pathways. Now, what's been happening is we've been taking on this stupid education. Like they'll do an education where they'll say, oh, if you do these things and these things, you're going to lose brain cells. And the thing with the brain is the brain never produces more cells. Well, what if it produces pathways that are made from energy, which is true. So what does it mean? If I have a thought, oh, I am great. And what it does is it creates a pathway. It's like a strand of energy from here all the way over to here. If I put an emotion on that and I now go like, oh, I'm not just great, but I'm now childlike and I'm freaking awesome. I'm freaking great. And I have a positive emotion behind that. Instead of that being one neurological pathway, what that one strand does is it multiplies into like 30. So instead of being like a dirt track that we can go down that might be a bumpy little ride, now what I've done, I've created a highway. Easy for me to access again and again and again. The challenge that most people have got in the modern world is the highways of information are leading them to stuff that's destructive. What we've got to do is recultivate our mind, just like pulling weeds out of the garden. Positive thinking doesn't do it. This is where everyone's like, there are no weeds, there are no weeds, and they're doing all these freaking positive dances and rain dances, and guess what, guys? There's freaking weeds in the garden. You gotta get rid of them. What do the weeds represent? Negative thoughts in the mind. So if we don't get rid of those negative thoughts, now here's the thing. Do children have more or less negative thoughts than adults? Way less. Like way less. So this is what we want to study: kids that are still pure, or do we want to study adults? Because remember, where focus goes, energy flows. What we focus on, we become. Kids, I can tell you now, will become our best teachers because they're still pure. They're unprogrammed. They're still connected more to source. They can see things that a lot of adults can't see. Because you're in the corporate world, you've had to develop your logical brain really well. And you've done good because it served you. But there comes a point where we have to let go of the mind and we have to learn how to be present. And we've got to learn how to become still when everything around us might be going crazy. And that's where we become the eye of the storm and we become centered. Because what we want is, yes, we want to be childlike. Yes, we want to see through the life through the eyes and wonder that children do. Yes, we want to have that energy. Yes, we want to have that movement. Yes, we want to have those big dreams. Yes, we want to speak the truth. But children haven't matured. So we want to take all of those qualities, but also we got to back it up with some logic as well. It's just freeing the mind. Childlike is really in the body. So we have to free the mind to get back into the rest of what we are. The best thing to do is to find the things that you love to play at. It's the best thing. There's nothing better than that because that's what children do. They play all the time. You think about a baby. It wakes up in the morning. When have you ever seen a baby go and hit the snooze button? It wakes up. If it's got toys in the brain, it starts playing with all the toys and the stuff. Straight away, it starts to play because it has an interest in that. We're in the game of life, everyone. It's not the prison of life. But if we go to the mind, we feel like we're stuck in the prison. We get in the body and we do things that we like, especially when there's movement. And what our creator gave us was these endorphins that come out of the brain. It sends a shower over the whole body and instantly we feel good. If we all did stuff that made us feel good and that was naturally good for us, imagine how this world would be.